The family, as the main and basic component of society, is the fundamental element for the economic and social development of each nation. In America, the values and principles that are promoted on each family are protected by the Constitution, and the family courts are responsible for ruling these laws. Today, I want to introduce to someone who has advocating for the last 25 years for the rights of each family she has represented. Welcome to the Cuban show, Claudette Patton, the candidate for judge of the Jefferson County Family Courts in Kentucky. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Cuban show. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me. The pleasure is all mine.
Okay. So, well, first question, obviously. Can you tell us a little bit about your life and work background?
Yes, thank you. Well, I want you to know that I am the native girl from Kentucky.
Okay.
I've lived in Louisville, and I was born and raised in Louisville. I grew up in Fairdale, Kentucky. I'm a 3-time graduate from the University of Louisville. My bachelor's, my master's, and my law degree are all from the University of Louisville. I was a special education teacher with a reading specialist master certified before I went to law school. And
Okay.
during law school, I was a law review of the Journal of Family Law and editor for the Journal of Law and Education. I have been a clerk to a federal judge. I've been a prosecutor in the Attorney General's office for the Commonwealth of Kentucky and in private practice. And most recently, and for the past 13 years, the bulk of my practice has been concentrated in family law.
Wow. So that's kind of like a long record.
One of the things that sets me apart from some of the other candidates, I've served on the governor's board. I was appointed to the Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation Prevention Board. So I've worked with the Attorney General's office. I've worked with ICAC, which is Internet Crimes Against Children.
Okay.
I've been involved in cases that involve the FBI.
Wow.
Some of my cases have included serious near-death cases, human trafficking involving children, and child abuse cases that resulted from physical abuse and sexual abuse within the family structure.
Wow. So that's a long list. And yeah, thank you for your service, because I know sometimes it can be like really tough for those kids, like being in those situations. So thank you.
It
Really,
is.
thank you. So, well, I would like to know a little bit more about your family values, and especially for the people who probably don't know too much about your history. And yeah, if you can light us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, my husband is Jim Patton, and we have been married for 35 years. We have one daughter, Caroline, and we are the proud grandparents of a 3-year-old right now named Elias. And so our daughter and our grandson are the light of our lives. We are a family of faith, and we have a strong family bond, and we believe that the family is the core of any society. And it is our goal that we always promote family values and family structure. And as part of why I'm running for family court judge is because family is the root of a nation. And so we should keep families first, even when there are times where we have cases that are child abuse, also cases that come through court that are divorce and custody. The number one goal is to protect children, the best interest of the children, and keep families as intact as possible.
Okay, that's good. So can you tell us a little bit about the family court situation right now in 2023?
Yes, thanks for asking that. A lot of people don't realize that Jefferson County, Kentucky, well, actually, the state of Kentucky, we are nationally known. We have a concept of family court that is unique to the rest of the nation. We are what's considered a one family. So what that means is that whenever situations that involve family come before court, oftentimes it could be splintered into different courts.
Okay.
So anything that involves a family and children comes underneath the same judge every time. So if you have a divorce case, the custody case, if there's a domestic violence that occurs, or if there happens to be a case that comes through Child Protective Services, where a child is being removed from their parents. One judge sees all of those cases, and including child support. And that is unique. So we are the model for the country.
Okay, okay, that's good to know. And I think the main question of everything here is the next one. Why running for family court?
I believe family court is my greatest passion because I have great passion for families and for children in this community. And I want to be the type of judge that makes decisions that are logical, that are rational, and also that are made with great empathy and compassion. When someone comes before family court, it's usually the worst day of their life. Not most people, they don't really want to get divorced, but it happened. They didn't enter their marriage thinking they were going to get a divorce, and they have children, and now they're going to be a split home. So you need someone on the bench that's going to rule, that has that compassion that can help in that situation. Also helping to make sure that the children are placed first in that. I believe that my education background and also my personal experience and also my work experience have brought me to this point right now to be a highly qualified candidate for this position. You've heard a little bit about my education background. Yep. You've heard about my professional background. And my personal background is that I am adopted. So I came into an existence of a family of where adoption made a family. And then in our own family, our daughter is adopted. And so we have continued that legacy of putting families together through adoption. So I have a unique perspective of how families can be put together. And then our daughter is a single mom. And so my husband and I, we are with our daughter, our nuclear family, and we as grandparents are helping our daughter raise our grandchild. And so I like to tell everybody and remind everybody that I am the only grandma that is on the ballot. And people laugh when I say that, but it brings a great set of wisdom as a grandparent. Because in Kentucky, a majority of the children who are removed from their parents through CPS are being raised by their grandparents. So if you have someone who understands that background and also understands the resources that grandparents might need in raising a child, that can help in the structure of the children.
Well, that's good to know because as an Hispanic, our family ties are really strong, and the family values for the Hispanics are very strong in the society. I would like to know why we, the Hispanic community, should vote for you.
I believe that I bring to this race a love for ethnicity and diversity. And my family, we lived in Miami and South Florida for over 10 years. So we have a great connection and a great love for the Hispanic and Latin and Cuban culture and community. And I think I am the candidate that understands and has been embedded in full immersion of living in Hispanic culture.
Okay. So you got a little bit about our traditions and, So, well, one thing that I've been thinking about it in the community is like the impact that a good judge on the family courts can make on the, families and especially like the grandparents and the grandchilds, how you think your ruling as a judge will impact those families?
I think the ruling of a family court judge makes great impact. When children when a divorce happens, and there's a custody. Now, in Kentucky, we are very progressive in how we approach custody in the country. We were one of the first states to have joint custody as presumed. So not one parent has a greater rights to a child or greater visitation. We are joint custody and presumed an equal parenting time for that child. And I think that sets us apart. I think that is very helpful for a judge to remind people that both parents are equal. For me, I think that as the candidate for judge, I bring to the table something that is unique because I understand through my background as a special education teacher the unique impact that happens to a child when they have to move from their current education location, whether it's through their custody issue or whether it's through being removed from their parents through a CPS action. We need someone on the bench who understands trauma-based education and trauma-based therapies, and that have the empathy and the ability to bring those resources together with the parents, extended family members, and the school, usually JCPS, Jefferson County Public Schools, and utilizing every single resource that's in place to help kids go through and utilize trauma-based education, especially when they have to move schools.
Well, thank you for all the information you provide us and how the community can access to your campaign platform.
You can find information about me and the campaign on patton4judge.com. And when you find that, it's patton4.com. Patton4judge.com. And you can contact me personally, Claudette at patton4judge.com. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here with us, and it was a pleasure to
It was my honor.
interview. Yeah. Thank you and good luck. Obviously, you have my vote.
Thank you.
Thank you.